whatever the cost may be. We shall fight on the beaches, we shall fight on the landing grounds, we shall fight in the fields and in the streets, we shall fight in the hills, we shall never surrender.
Hey Kickstarters, my name is Rich Nelson.
And I'm Katrina Nelson.
We're excited to announce the next big release from Giant Goblin Games, Tanks of War, Third Reich Rising. After designing Storm the Castle, I wanted to create an action-packed and accessible World War II game that didn't involve the chore of putting together and painting expensive miniatures or consulting endless charts. It had to have plenty of takes, be fast-playing, sophisticated, exciting, and challenging enough for players of all ages and skill levels to enjoy.
Tanks of War is a 2 to 4 player World War II deck building board game that can be played in about an hour. Tanks of War is a unique combination of a board game, miniatures game without the miniatures, and deck building game, which uses new and innovative gameplay and battle mechanics.
The starter box covers the first year of Operation Barbarossa, when the Germans first invaded Russia. We've packed enough replayability, strategy, components, and explosive fun that even Field Marshal Rommel would be proud of. Players may select one of the many historical scenarios or can play the popular tank deathmatch format. We've included a ton of great tanks and tank destroyers that span the years 1940 to 1941, including the Stug tank destroyer, the Panzer III, the T-34, and the mighty KV-1, each represented by their own unique traits, armor, gun, and abilities. Each vehicle has a point cost that players will use to build their starting tanks based on which format they're playing. At the start of each turn, players will gain new options to purchase force cards to add to their deck. This allows players to customize their decks by only including cards they want to draw in subsequent turns. You'll have to make tough choices between buying more powerful cards that augment your strategy, supply cards, or getting more vehicles. You'll be playing on a massive 23-inch game board. After rolling to see who starts the turn, players alternate activating one of their tanks until all have gone. Each tank is given a limited number of actions it can perform each turn, such as attacking, spotting, moving, rotating, hiding, and so on. Each vehicle has been painstakingly researched from historical technical records and then translated into game terms to ensure authenticity. When your Panzer III is going up against a T-34 Model C, it will be a realistic portrayal. Tanks are deployed hidden and must first be spotted before being attacked. This adds an interesting dynamic to the game mechanics, as you'll never be sure what you're up against until it can be spotted. Vehicles are crewed either by conscripts, recruits, veterans, or elite tankers, each having their own unique chance to hit. Each tank has different values for their main gun and armor, represented by the number and type of dice you will roll. You'll want to position your tank to cut through the weakest armor of your target to inflict maximum damage. If your shot hits, you'll roll your gun damage and compare it against the armor number rolled. Excess damage goes onto the hull, and if it equals or exceeds that value, it's destroyed and you'll score victory points equal to the tank's cost. Be careful, your opponent may have a critical card in their hand, which can apply additional negative effects. Each turn, players can also unleash a special commander action, which can be used to play certain powerful cards, call in airstrikes, rally fleeing tanks, and much more. A player wins by scoring victory points, which are earned by destroying enemy tanks and holding vital objectives. So if you're a player that loves the competition of going head-to-head with another player and using every bit of wit, skill, and strategy at your disposal, you're gonna love Tanks of War.
So why Kickstarter? Making a board game of this size is expensive, really expensive. We love Kickstarter and its community, without which we'd never have been able to make our first game, Storm the Castle. Your pledge helps go to the production, design, and shipping of the game.
Tanks of War has been a joy to develop, and I'm very proud of what we accomplished with this game. It's been so encouraging to hear all the incredible feedback that we've received during all of our playtests and demos. With Tanks of War, you can play small skirmish battles that last 30 minutes, or massive tank battles lasting 1 to 2 hours.
And we've got big plans for Tanks of War, including new expansions, which will introduce new nations and new tanks.
Well, it looks like we're almost out of time, and we want to say thank you so much for watching our Kickstarter video, and we hope that you give Tanks of War a try. It'll make a fantastic addition to your gaming collection. Please pledge below. We've got some awesome stretch rewards, and if you want more information, scroll down and you can even download the rules. And we'll see you on the battlefield.